just ask you a more general question. Just Blake Miller, as a freshman, everybody's been talking about. Why has he impressed you? I mean, what makes him so advanced?
I mean, first of all, he's massive. He's a big kid, but he's physical. He's picked it up, like the plays and everything, really fast. And obviously, we got great defensive ends, D linemen, and you know, for him to go out there and compete, hold his own, and win those matchups is very impressive. You know, so he's done a great job this camp.
I think Walker Park said that when he got here, you guys wanted to check his birth certificate. He thought maybe he was like 25.
Yeah.
What do you remember of like when he first arrived?
Yeah, no, I mean, first of all, he's super tall, you know, but he's very quiet. But I think the first time I really noticed him more was in the weight room. We were in there squatting heavy, and he was squatting the same thing as me, over 500, you know. And as a freshman to come in squatting over 500, benching over 400, you know, that's insane to think about because I was not doing that as a freshman, you know. So just seeing him do those things was amazing. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, because I think he was actually like 17 when he first
Yeah,
got here.
yeah.
I mean, is that just, you know, his demeanor? I mean, you talk about being so quiet. I mean, is he just a very intense guy? I mean, what do you think makes him?
Yeah, I mean, he's super. He's a hard worker. You know, he wants to be great at what he does. He does not say a whole lot at all, but you know, he just comes in every day, handles his business, whether it's watching film with me, whether it's with Walker, or you know, just coming out of practice. He will not say a thing at practice, you know, but just go compete his tail off. You know, he's confident. You know, that's a big thing too, just being confident, especially as a freshman. But you know, he does not say much, but he comes out here and competes his tail off every day.
Yeah, so have you ever gotten more than like 5 words out of him, like a sentence?
I have lately. You know, he's becoming more comfortable around everybody, but yeah, once you really get to know him, he's super funny, super cool. You know, but you know, he will not say a word to you the first couple times he meets you. But after getting to know Blake, he's a great guy.
And then just you know, the offensive line in general, I think Coach Maney was saying you guys probably won the trenches the first scrimmage. And I think he actually mentioned that, you know, the defense gets to read how great they are all the time. You guys have to read like how not great you were because of last season.
Yeah.
I mean, did you come in with a chip on your shoulder, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think everybody, you know, has a chip on their shoulder. It's not so much, you know, us reading what everybody else saying, but you know, just knowing what we're capable of and knowing that we didn't perform to that, you know, standard of play here every game last season was disappointing. So, you know, everybody was just ready to get to work and just ready to, you know, kind of show the country what we can do September 5th.
Yeah. So, what was working for you guys, you think, in those?
I mean, first of all, everybody's done a great job this offseason, getting bigger, getting stronger. But, you know, just communication. Last year, there was so much going on with injuries and everything. You know, it was hard to get a set 5 out there the first couple of games. So, you know, just not being comfortable with everybody, but we pretty much had the same 5 the whole camp. We moved a couple people around, but me and Marcus are more comfortable with a year playing together and just different things like that. So I think we're more cohesive, which makes a big difference on the O-line.
Compared to last fall camp, I mean, is that kind of the difference that you guys kind of feel more comfortable or more cohesive as a unit?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, this is the best I've felt since I've been here personally. Just about, you know, cohesiveness. We're communicating better. You know, everybody has a year under, except for, you know, Blake and some of the younger guys, but everybody else on the offensive line has a year under their belt, or obviously more than 1 year. But you know, just getting that game experience, and you know, I think communication has been amazing in this camp.
I think, you know, I think Coach Sweeney and a couple of other people have said, you know, Marcus Tate is night and day from what he was last year.
Yeah.
In what ways would you say?
Yeah, he you know, his first game was against Jordan Davis, which was tough, especially as a freshman. But you know, he's more confident. You can tell by the way he's practicing out here. Obviously, you know, Rube, Tyler, Brian, those guys are great NFL players as well. You know, he's super confident. He knows more. He's more knowledgeable. And you know, being more knowledgeable plus the confidence makes a huge world of difference on the line for sure.
Do you feel like there was a little baptism by fire for Marcus, just kind of going up against Jordan Davis and the guys in Georgia's defense?
Yeah,
Do you
feel
like that's kind of helped him
absolutely
mature a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great D-line that we played against Georgia. And, you know, it's tough for that being your first game as a freshman, you know, but, I mean, it made him better. He learned from that. He understands, you know, how quick it is, how fast everything is, especially at guard. But, you know, that game made a world of difference for him because now, you know, he's confident. He went against the best last year, you know, and he's super confident going into this season. So, you know, I'm excited to play beside him, you know, excited to, you know, just watch him.
I'm not sure if you already asked this, but how confident are you guys in Blake Miller if he goes out there day one starting at right tackle? Do you guys feel pretty comfortable with
Yeah,
him?
I definitely feel comfortable with Blake out there. He's still young, still learning, but at the end of the day, he cares so much and he wants to be, great at what he does. He's knowledgeable. He knows the playbook, which is tough, especially as a freshman, to come in and just pick up so many things like that. Physically, he's a man. Like he's big, he's strong, he's physical. He's what you want in an offensive lineman for sure. So, he rolls out there the first game. I'm super confident in him.
I don't want to say are you surprised, but is it? I mean, the way that he's kind of come along. I know offensive line is a little bit of a developmental position. Are you kind of surprised at how quickly he's kind of immersed himself as a kind of maybe a first team guy?
Yeah, no, it's definitely surprising, because thinking about where I was when I came in, I was nowhere near as far along as he is, So him coming in, being knowledgeable, and being just as physically, gifted as he is, was super impressive, and it's not something you see every day for sure.
What does he have that you didn't have yet at that time?
First of all, he's bigger than me. He's definitely bigger than me, but, he was, when I came in, compared to when he came in, he's way stronger than I was, and just, the knowledge. He came in December, which gave him time to go through spring and kind of get a good grasp of everything, and I came in the summer, which is tougher to learn, especially for me, but him just being so physically strong in the weight room, makes a world of difference for sure, and I didn't have that when I came in.
Have you cross-trained or worked at left guard with Marcus kind of going on at left tackle? Has that happened a little bit during fall camp?
Yeah, we've definitely done that a couple times. Just, getting ready for the future, necessarily for me playing inside. Just, getting Marcus and reps at tackle. But I've definitely played a little bit of guard this camp.
Are you still the emergency snapper too? Depends on the emergency.
I think maybe in the case of a terrible emergency, but just mainly guard and tackle.
I was talking to Emo Slam, and he was telling me that he played a little basketball. Obviously, he played a lot of basketball. How much do you think playing basketball translates to football and kind of help with your footwork?
Yeah, I played basketball longer than I played football my whole life. So, having that background, it just, helps you with your feet, helps you be more fluent, different things like that. And my feet, I give that 100% to basketball. I think if I didn't play basketball, my feet would not be, as good, as they are now. So basketball definitely, helps with your feet for sure.
You still get out on the court and play against anybody?
we play a little bit, in the spring or, maybe in the summer when we don't have workouts or something like that. But I do not play as much as I used to for sure.
Okay, so what's your go-to? Is hook shot or?
Yeah, I'm definitely in the post, but I'm not out jumping the 6'6" centers, So I was a pump fake kind of guy, pump fake and try to draw the foul.
I went back in Charlotte. You spoke highly of DJ and the work that he's made. Have you definitely seen that continue over in the fall, and what you just seen him during fall, out of him during fall?
Yeah, the first thing you notice when you talk to DJ now is just how much of more confident a leader he's become. He's more outspoken, different things like that. Just really leading offense like you would want a quarterback too. And that's super confident when as an offensive lineman you got your quarterback pushing the tempo or just pushing you guys. Super encouraging. But he's made some amazing throws, some wild plays. So I'm super excited about DJ. He's putting in a ton of work to get his body right. To continue to learn more. So he's put in so much work this summer, and I really think he'll reap the benefits this season.
Do you feel like the same with the offensive line, that he's just more comfortable this time this year than he was last year? For sure, yeah. I think, the first game against Georgia was not, a good game for the offensive line, which, if you're a quarterback, getting hit all the time, you're not confident standing behind there either. That was on us. But I think just Cam, we've done a great job of just trying to make him feel comfortable. He's done a great job making plays with his legs too, when needed to. So super encouraging to watch.
What do you guys think about Cade, where he's come from spring, and a lot's being asked of him, even as a number 2 on this team?
Yeah. First of all, he's gotten bigger. You can tell Cade's gotten bigger, which is super encouraging. And then just him making plays with his legs, he's made so many plays against our defense, with his legs, different things like that. And he's quick, and he can throw the ball really well too. And I think the biggest thing with him too is he's a leader. He's a great leader as well too. And that's tough, especially as a freshman coming in here around a bunch of older guys and things like that, and just still continuing to lead. Just kind of shows you what kind of guy he is.
with Marcus Tate and Trey down, have you noticed anybody on the defensive line who's kind of taking advantage of their opportunity right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think a bunch of that D-line's amazing. But I think a guy that stood out to me, obviously Tyler and Brian stood out. But, Rook, every time Rook's in the game, you notice him, whether it be running or throwing the ball. Every time, he's out there on the field, you notice him. And he's gotten better. Peyton Page, Demonte Capar, all those guys have, continued to develop, continue to get better. It's encouraging to watch to see how much depth we got on that D-line for sure.
Jordan, I'm sorry I got here late, but just how much have you been working some inside and kind of has it been mostly outside or have you been working some inside?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have been working mostly left tackle, just, getting ready for the season. But I played a little bit of guard some of our live periods just for, my future and whatever, if Marcus may move out there next year, whatever it may be. But, he's got a couple reps at tackle and I've got some reps at guard as well.
And just how confident are you right now in Blake and going out there and starting kind of opposite side of him?
Yeah, I mean, I have full confidence in him. He's, putting the work. He's been out here going against the best guys in the best line in the country every day. So, being out there, holding your own, competing is encouraging to watch, especially for a freshman. But, he's knowledgeable. He wants to learn. He wants to be great, So those are all encouraging things to watch or see from him.
I think at ACC kickoff, kind of everyone kind of mentioned him as a guy to watch out for. Has he grown even more since then? And did you kind of expect this from him, or do you think it might take a little longer?
No, I mean, I definitely, after seeing him in the spring and, just being around him all summer, I definitely, expected him to do great things during camp. Like, he's, like I've told them, he's physically, he's really, really strong. He's super knowledgeable, about the game, about our playbook. So, I knew he was going to come in during camp and just have a good camp. I mean, he's just proved me right.
Do you feel good about where this offense is right now, a couple weeks away from taking the field?
Yeah, I mean, going against the defense every day, we get so much better, especially the D-line. But, the DBs, linebackers, we get better going against them every day. And we make them better, they make us better, So I'm super confident. We've made a lot of plays, whether it be receiver, whether it be running the ball. So, I'm super excited for, September 5th. And, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Jordan, you might have already been asked this, but what's the most impressive thing about DJ that you've seen the last 3 weeks?
Just first of all, he's become a better leader too. Like I told them, that's what you want to see from a quarterback as an offensive lineman. Just pushing the offense, pushing the team. And I'll say he's made a lot of plays with his legs too. He's lost a bunch of weight, worked hard to get his body right. So him being able to run has just been amazing. He's made a lot of plays with his legs.
Has he been making plays that maybe last year he wasn't making?
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely, made a couple plays where, if you look back last year, he probably wouldn't have made those plays. And you can just, being out here, being around him, you can just really tell, how much weight he's lost and how much work he's put in. I really didn't know, necessarily how big he was last season until I seen him out here today or during camp. Just realized, how different he looks, So he's put a ton of work in.
Jordan, with the final couple weeks leading up to the opener in Atlanta, what are the things that you're looking for from the offense and just the team as a whole?
Yeah, just showing up, being consistent, I think is the biggest thing. And, we got a bunch of talent on both sides of the ball, but not, getting complacent and just realizing that we have to come out here and earn every day. We're not going to go out September 5th or whatever game it may be and just win because we're Clemson. We got to put the work in every day, and that's the biggest thing that the coaches have, been preaching to us. And I think this team has done a great job of showing up every day to practice, wanting to get better.
Speaking of getting better, how good has Marcus been in practice?
Yeah, obviously going against Tyler Davis and Rook every day is not easy at all, and he's done a really good job. I'm super, like the coaches have said, he's night and day from where he was last year. He's gotten stronger. He's put a ton of work in, and you can sense the confidence in him, while he's out here playing. You can tell he's more confident. So it's been a fun camp to watch him too.
How has that helped you, being on that side, knowing that maybe you don't have to worry as much maybe as you did last year, and you can just focus on what you're doing?
Yeah, right. It makes a world of difference. Last year he was a young guy, a freshman, which is tough to come in and play as a freshman. So, I think last year, we were all just trying to do a little bit too much. Maybe didn't have that cohesiveness necessarily and trust each other, but I know with full confidence that Marcus Tate knows what he's doing. He knows I know where he'll be on each play, and just not trying to do too much on my part has made. I think it's just in general the offensive line has gotten better. Just doing our job, not trying to do too much.
Sounds like Cade's going to at least play a little bit early on. Just do you feel like he's ready for that, and if so, why?
Yeah, he's definitely ready. And you know, he prepares every day like he's a starter. You know, and as a backup, that's what you have to do. But he's shown time and time again out here, whether it's he's going against the first defense, second defense, or whatever it may be, that he's gonna make plays. You know, when given an opportunity. He's like, I have full confidence in him going out there too. You know, and he's been fun to watch, making plays. Whether it be in the air or with his legs, it's been fun to watch.
Obviously, you guys felt good about where you were going into the scrimmage, but was there like some extra confidence that comes from that, from going out and making some plays as an offense?
Yeah,
defense?
I mean, it's definitely, like the coaches said, you know, we won't play a better defense than the one we practice against every day. You know, and going out there, you know, running the ball, throwing the ball, making plays in the air, you know, it builds a lot of confidence. You know, you can do it against them, you can do it against anybody. And that's kind of what they've been preaching to us. And, you know, I think just the guys, like the players, have seen the plays be made and know that, you know, we can do it, you know.
You have a guy like Will Putnam who comes in late, comes at center late in the season and has that kind of personal momentum. What have you seen from him as a player? Where has he grown the most this offseason?
Yeah, Will has done a great job of coming from guard to center, which is not an easy thing to do. And I think the biggest thing is you don't notice Will, which is what you want as an offensive lineman. You know, there's not many or really ever any bad snaps. He does a great job of moving people. You know, Will is a great addition to center. I think we've needed a guy like Will at center in the past, you know, so he's done a great job, and I think he'll do a great job this season for sure.